Hi, I'm Wendy. And before you dive in, I just want to say thank you for being here and for giving yourself a few minutes of attention today. This masterclass is 15 minutes and it's going to walk you through the way I think about health, the way the Vitality Life is set up, which is not as something you manage with effort or motivation, but as a foundation that supports your energy, your clarity, and your strength. Everything you're about to hear comes from real work with real people, and it all started with my experience. Most people who go through the Vitality Life Map, they're doing everything right, but they just feel that their body isn't responding the way it used to. So, my hope is that as you watch, things start to make sense, that it's not overwhelming, but it's clarifying. And, at the end, I'm going to share a couple of ways you can go deeper if this approach resonates with you. As you're listening, if you want, notice where you feel relief or recognition, because those moments usually tell you something very important. Now, there's no pressure to decide anything. I just want you to understand what's been missing and what's possible when the foundation, which for me at the Vitality Life Map is health, is addressed first. Enjoy. Hey guys, Wendy again. If what you just watched resonates, if it explains why health has felt harder than it should, I want to offer you two simple next steps. So, the first is the Food Freedom Challenge. Now, this is a guided experience that forms the first 2 weeks of the health foundation of the Vitality Life Map. It's based on the Food Freedom Challenge. In fact, you're going to be going through the WildFit Food Freedom Challenge, and it's 14 days that really kind of focus on looking at food and looking your habits not as a diet, but as a way to help your body stabilize and respond again. And if you'd like to experience the first 2 weeks, then scan the QR code labeled Food Freedom Challenge. Right now, there's a special offer. It is limited time. I know I hate to say that, but it really is. We're opening up that Food Freedom Challenge for free. So you can really step in, experience those first 2 weeks, and make an informed decision if you want to move on. Now, the second option is the Vitality Life Waitlist. We open up the Vitality Life map to group cohorts 4 times a year. So, if you would like to get on the wait list to be informed of the next cohort, receive some of the information we drip while we're waiting, some tips and tricks and things that you can do, and some really good beneficial information, then you can scan the QR code and join the Vitality Life map um, waitlist. So, there's no rush, there's no pressure, just an invitation to continue in a way that feels right for you. I'm Coach Wendy, and today it's all about when your body can't keep up with your purpose. Now, if you're here today, I know something about you. You've worked hard to build a life that matters, one where your purpose, your people, and your performance all mean something. On paper, you've done everything right. You're successful, you're capable, and everyone around you probably thinks you've got it all together. But lately, something shifted. You wake up already tired, your mind feels foggy in moments when you used to feel sharp. Maybe you've noticed a little weight gain, a little weight creeping up, those numbers on the scale. Your workouts feel harder, or your patience is running thinner. And quietly in the back of your mind, there's this whisper: if I'm this exhausted now, how am I going to support my health, my family, and my career or business? And that question, that moment when you wonder how you're going to do the things you need to do, you're going to fulfill your purpose if you're so exhausted, is exactly why I created this masterclass, because I've lived it. Now, a few years ago, I hit a wall I didn't see coming. I was 47, in the best shape of my life. My career was thriving. I was building my business and I felt unstoppable. Then one phone call changed everything. I was standing in an airport boarding my flight home from a business trip when my doctor said the words no one ever expects to hear: Wendy, it's metastatic breast cancer. I hung up that phone and got on the plane in disbelief. I was a single mom with a 12-year-old daughter, and suddenly all I could think was, why me? On that flight, disbelief turned into fear, and fear turned into anger. I did everything right. I worked out, I ate well, I took care of myself, and yet here I was staring at my own mortality. By the time I landed, I was thinking, okay, this is real. So what now? And somewhere between the why me and the what now, something shifted. I realized that surviving this wasn't just about fighting cancer. It was about rebuilding energy, strength, and purpose in a way that truly worked for the life I was living, worked for the purpose that I had. That shift became the foundation of what I now teach, the Vitality Life Map, a system born not in theory, but in recovery. What I discovered along the way is this: you don't have to wait for a diagnosis to take your vitality seriously. You don't have to choose between your health, your career, and your happiness. There's a better way, one built on systems that support your energy, your purpose, and your life. And that's what I want to show you today: how we can rebuild energy, strength, and clarity without sacrificing the life we've worked so hard to build. Because here's the truth: when life forces you to rewrite your success story, you don't have to choose between your purpose and your health. You just need a system that lets them work together. So if you've been feeling like your body can't keep up with your purpose, your life, you're in exactly the right place. So my cancer journey taught me something I never expected. Burnout, fatigue, diabetes, obesity, and stress, they're not personal failures, they're system failures. You see, for years I believed what most high-performing women do, that if I just worked harder, ate cleaner, pushed through, or managed my time better, I could fix it. But you can't outwork exhaustion. You can't outdiscipline your biology. The truth is, most of us aren't broken. Our systems are. We're running on strategies that were never designed for the season of life we're in. Our hormones shift, our careers expand, our family demands grow, but the systems we use to fuel ourselves stay the same. Or maybe they don't exist because we forgot to put our own oxygen mask on first. And that's why so many women wake up one day feeling like their body can't keep up with their purpose. So, what if the problem isn't you've lost your motivation? What if the problem is that no one ever taught you how to build systems that work for you? Systems that match your biology, systems that honor your schedule, systems that support your purpose instead of draining it. That question, what if it's not you, it's your system, is where everything begins to shift. Because once you understand that your energy, your strength, and calm or clarity are outcomes of your systems and not your willpower, you finally have the power to change them. That's what the Vitality Life Map was built for. It's a science-informed systems-based framework that helps women rebuild their energy, strength, and balance so their bodies can finally keep up with their purpose. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through how it works, the exact pillars that move you from survival mode to sustainable vitality. So let's talk about how you rebuild your energy and strength in a way that lasts. It's not through willpower, but it's through systems. The framework I created is called the Vitality Life Map, and it's built on one powerful idea. When you fix the system, you free the person. Because energy isn't random, it's predictable if you know what to look for. The Vitality Life Map helps you design the structure that supports your vitality through three core pillars: health, wellness, and fitness. If you took the Vitality Quiz, depending on your Vitality Quiz results, you may have discovered where your biggest energy leaks are, whether it's in how you fuel, how you restore, or how you move. So let's look at what that means. The Vitality Life Map helps you design the structure that supports your vitality through three core pillars: health, based on precision health, fasting science, and intuitive nutrition. This pillar teaches you how to fuel your body for energy, not restriction. Then we have wellness, where you learn to manage your stress response instead of ignoring it. This pillar rewires how your body processes overwhelm so that you move from fight or flight into focus and flow. Fitness. This isn't about hours in the gym. It's about micro movements that signal your body to rebuild strength and longevity. Science now tells us that consistent strength training literally reverses biological aging markers, and you don't need hours in the gym to do it. So let's go a little deeper into the health pillar. The health pillar is there to fuel your energy. If your energy type leans toward the health side, it means your system is asking for deeper nourishment. This pillar is grounded in precision health, fasting science, and intuitive nutrition, eating like humans, not restriction. You'll learn how to work with your biology, stabilize your blood sugar, and feed your microbiome for lasting energy. Because when you dial in your nutrition system, you stop chasing diets, you start fueling your performance. Food becomes your strategy, not your struggle. In the wellness pillar, we work on regulation, your mind, regulating your mind and stress response. So, if your energy type centers on wellness, your nervous system may be living in overdrive. This pillar teaches you how to manage your stress response and not ignore it. You'll learn to regulate your body's chemistry, which will lower your cholesterol, improve sleep, and turn mental clutter into clarity. So when you calm the system, everything else falls in rhythm. You think clearer, you sleep deeper, you show up stronger, all without pushing harder. In the fitness pillar, we rebuild strength and focus on longevity. If your energy type is rooted in fitness, your body is craving activation. It's creating movement that signals it to rebuild. This pillar isn't about hours in the gym. It's about micro movements and intelligent strength training that reverses biological aging markers. It improves your metabolism and it keeps your muscle tissue young. When movement becomes a part of your rhythm and not another chore or something on your to-do list, you feel stronger, more confident, and more capable every single day. So together, these pillars create what I call the energy ecosystem, the rhythm that supports your life instead of competing with it. When you align these three systems, your metabolism, your mind, and your movement, your energy naturally rises, your weight begins to release, and your stress decreases. That's the Vitality Life Map. It's not another program to follow, but a system designed around you, your life, and your purpose. Because when your energy, strength, and calm work together, you stop chasing balance and you start living it. When I was first teaching the Vitality Life Map, something amazing happened. Women from completely different walks of life, executives, entrepreneurs, cancer survivors, moms, all had one thing in common. Their bodies could no longer keep up with their purpose. And when they applied this system, everything started to change. Let me share a few stories with you. There's Lisa, a healthcare executive who came to me after years of chronic fatigue. She believed she had to slow down or give up her career to get her health back. Within 12 weeks of implementing her personalized Vitality Life Map, she dropped 15 pounds, she started sleeping through the night, and told me, I'm leading better than ever, and I'm not exhausted. And then there's Erica, a business owner in her 50s who thought her energy dip was just part of getting older. When she learned how to regulate her nervous system and reset her nutrition, she said, I finally feel like myself again. And one of my favorite moments was with Sarah, a mom of three who said, I didn't realize how much of my stress was stored in my body until I learned how to calm it. You see, every one of these women started where you might be right now, tired, skeptical, wondering if it would really work for you. And that's the point. They didn't change who they were, they changed the system supporting them. Because when you have a structure that matches your biology and your reality, transformation stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like alignment. This isn't about doing more, it's about doing what works consistently, intelligently, and compassionately. So, if what I've shared today resonates with you, if you're ready to rebuild your energy, strength, and clarity, I want to invite you to take the next step. It's time to stop trying to do this alone. The Vitality Life Map group experience is where everything we've talked about today comes to life. It's a guided, science backed, systems based experience that helps you release weight without restriction or feeling deprived, rebuild physical and emotional strength, regulate your stress, and finally feel calm and focused again. It also helps you create sustainable systems that fit your real life, not someone else's plan, not a one size fits all, because one size fits all does not apply here. You'll get the community, the coaching, and the structure that helps you implement what you've learned today. That's what makes the Vitality Life Map different. You can finally have the energy that matches your purpose. This is where vitality meets reality. Hey guys, Wendy again. If what you just watched resonates, if it explains why health has felt harder than it should, I want to offer you two simple next steps. So, the first is the Food Freedom Challenge. Now, this is a guided experience that forms the first 2 weeks of the health foundation of the Vitality Life Map. It's based on the Food Freedom Challenge. In fact, you're going to be going through the WellFit Food Freedom Challenge, and it's 14 days that really kind of focus on looking at food and looking at your habits not as a diet, but as a way to help your body stabilize and respond again. And if you'd like to experience the first 2 weeks, then scan the QR code labeled Food Freedom Challenge. Right now, there's a special offer. It is limited time. I know I hate to say that, but it really is. We're opening up that Food Freedom Challenge for free. So you can really step in, experience those first 2 weeks, and make an informed decision if you want to move on. Now, the second option is the Vitality Life Waitlist. We open up the Vitality Life Map to group cohorts 4 times a year. So if you would like to get on the wait list to be informed of the next cohort, receive some of the information we drip while we're waiting, some tips and tricks and things that you can do, and some really good beneficial information, then you can scan the QR code and join the Vitality Life Map waitlist. So there's no rush, there's no pressure, just an invitation to continue in a way that feels right for you. Take care.